campers, Merry Christmas. Welcome back to our Christmas book club. My name's Lizzie and today I will be reading chapter 6 of The Night I Met Father Christmas. Let's see what happens next. Chapter 6. If you ever do go to the North Pole, and on that subject I feel I have made my feelings clear, then you absolutely have to ride on a sled pulled by huskies. There's nothing like tearing through the muffled silence of a snowy town at night, with fat snowflakes sinking like galleons and the icy wind nipping at your cheeks. A husky is never happier than when it is running as part of a pack, and it's almost impossible not to feel the excitement of the dogs as they take off across the snow. Torval was far too miserable at heart to really feel alive, but that evening as he sledded home, he came pretty close. There were still revellers in the high street, and the dogs wove expertly among them as they pounded first past the post office, then the bakery, then the butcher's shop. As he raced past, Torval glimpsed Gerda in the bright window, scrubbing the chopping block in the sink while the butcher barked orders from the counter. Torval had known Gerda in his youth, and for a moment he felt a pang of sadness that they were no longer friends. He felt the urge to wave to her, and had half raised one arm when one of the huskies lost its footing, the sled jolted, and he was needed at the reins. After the high street, the road began to climb, and Torval had to crack the whip to keep the dogs working. This is where the rich elves lived, and he passed the lights of large wooden cabins, where young elves in brushed cotton pyjamas were saying goodnight to their well-groomed parents, and slightly older elves were reading to one another by the fire. Then, one by one, the houses began to fall away, and Torval passed the darkness of the town's derelict orphanage. Up here on the hill, the air was clear and still, and for a few brief seconds, a hazy full moon lit the path. Next came a few solitary fir trees, then a gaggle, and then the road plunged into a dense forest. "Ya!" Torval called to the dogs once more, and they began to pick up speed. The trees pressed closer, and the track began to weave wildly from left to right as they raced deeper and deeper into the forest. Torval was beginning to wonder whether he might be going a tiny bit too fast when he rounded a corner to find the path ahead completely blocked by an enormous reindeer. There's a strange thing that happens when you have an accident at high speed, as I hope you never find out. Time expands and split seconds drag out into what feels like minutes. In what seemed like the slowest of slow motion, Torval threw himself to the ground and proceeded to slide headfirst right between the reindeer's legs and out the other side. The last thing he could remember was a large tree trunk ploughing towards him like the periscope of a submerged submarine, followed by black. Tune in next time to see what happens in chapter 7. I'll see you next time.